You want silent? You want silent?
Go.
All right. We live? Lord, I'm about to. Mataya, present thyself.
Mataya, ban yam yam, ban yashala.
Mataya, ban yam, ban yashala.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatham.
Hold on again, Baba Show. Shabbat. Hold on.
La Yashala.
Imagine, which means to stand. Wapanya Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. We'll say the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Haya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakufka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Haya. Washamayim. The thunder now. The calm. Cow. Yawam. Wasalaka now. Kabawaf now. Kasalak now. Kabawaf you now. Wala'ah. Taba'ah now. Banasai Yawam. Abo. Habashai now. Mayam. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalaku. Wa'ala. Wa'atapar. La'avalamim. Amma.
In English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
We forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. We'll say Hakak the power. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Baba Kashah. The thunder now. Hakak. La Pa'ah. Ka Maka'ah. Ka Marawa. Hakak. La Taha. Hamatazariah. Hakak. La Hakim. Hamathim. Hakak. Akawa. Hatama'ala. The God Shun. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. The Wad Amon.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say, bless Israel, Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Barakla now. Wayasha'ala. Mahabiyah. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. The Wada Amon.
In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect our loved ones.
Our loved
In the
ones.
name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. We'll say Psalms 121. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Shemaiah. Ayatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shemaka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamah. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemaka. Yahweh. Tazaka. Al-Yah. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashimash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Walayallah. Yahweh. Yashimaka. Makara. Yashima. Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashima. Taza'aka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'ita. Wa'id Awalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes to the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 83. Alahayim. Adamai Laka. Al-Takarash. Al-Tashakwat. Yahanna. Awiyabdika. Yahanna Yawan. Woman of Shnaika. Nasha'awa. Ra'ash. Al-Aimaka. Ya'ara Yama. Sawa. Wayataya Aitazawa. Al-Tasapawanyaka. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakira. Magalia. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yashal. Aiwa. Kaya. Noah Aitazawa. La. Yakabwa. Al-Yakar. Bariyah. Yakarathwa. Ahalia. Adawam. Wayashama Alyam. Mawa'aba. Wahagaya. Gabal. Wa'aimawan. Wa'aimalak. Halashah. I'm Yashabia. Tazawal. Gam Ashawal. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zawawai. Labayalawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadia. Kasar Sa'at. Kayabia. Banakol. Kayashwa. Nashamabu. Bayanda Ira. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayatamwa. Nadiyamu. Kaira. Wakaza Abba. Wakaza Bak. Wakaza Zamana. Kanasaya Kamwa. Ashar. Amawa. Nayarashah. Lanawa. Af. Nawa. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kakagala. Kakwash. Lapanya Wakwa. Ka'ash. Taba'aya Ira. Wakala Abba. Talahat. Haryam. Khan. Taradatma. Basa Irika. Basa Wapaka. Tabahalam. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Kwalawam. Wayabakwashu. Shamka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Wayaba'alia. Ide. Wayakapara. Wayaba'aba. Salam. Wayabadwa. Wayadaiwa. Kayatha,
Shamka,
Yahweh, Labaka, Al-Yuwam, Al-Ka-Rataza, Dawada.
In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel. May be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. And Moab. And Hagarim. Gabal and Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kishon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zahab. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Zalmunna. Who said, Let us take to ourselves. The house of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power. Make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. In trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth. So be it. Saw, which means to turn. Yeshabin, which means to be seated.
All right, men up here. Yeshabin, which means to be seated. We're going to continue on where we left off last week. We're going to first get it in Hebrew, and that is Ezra chapter 10, verse 43 through Nehemiah 1 and 15. Salakia, let me get there. Let's see, where are we? Ezra 10 and 43. You want to read this?
Come.
All right, go ahead and get me give me 43, and Shapat, get me 44. If you could, Bob Kashaw.
Come. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 43. Mabanawa. Mabunya. Salaki.
No, sir.
Nabawa. Ya'aya Allah. Ya'aya all. Mata to ya. Mata to ya. Zabad. Zabayana. Yadawa. Waya wa'a. Banaya.
The book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 44. Kal. Allah. Nasha'awa. Nashayam. Nakara Yawath. Wayam. No, Slavi. Wayash. Maham. Nashayam. Why you should yumwa? Bun yum.
Sorry. All right, I'm gonna continue on 1 through 5. This is Nehemiah chapter 1 through 1 and 1. Debaria, Nakamya, Ban, Chakalya, Wayahaya, Bakadash, Kasa Lawa, Shanath, Aisharyam, Wa Anya, Ha Yathia, Ba Shawash Shana, Ha Ba Yara. Verse 2. Waya Ba'a, Hana Naya, Akkad, Ma Akaya, Hawa'a, Wa Anashim, Ma Yahawada, Wa Ash Alam, Al, Ha Yahawadam Slakia, Ha Yahawadayam, Ha Pala Yata, Ashar, Nasha Arawa, Mana, Hashabia, Wa'al, Yara Shalom. Verse 3. Waya Amarwa, Lawa, Ha Nasha, Ha Nasha'aryam, Ashar, Nasha Arwa, Mana, Hashabia, Sham, Mad Madayana, Ba'ira, Slakia, Bara'ai, La Gala, Wabak Rapa, Waka Wamath, Yara Shalom, Ma Paratazath, Washa'ira, Natazathwa, Ba'ash, verse 4, Wayahaya, Kasham, Ka Shemaiah, Ath, Hadabaryam, Ha Allah, Yashabathia, Wa'a Baka, Wa'a Thaka Bala, Yum, Wa'a Wa Ahaya, Tazam, Tazam, Wamapath Slakia, Wamatha Palala, Lapanya, Alahaya, Ha Hashamyam. Verse 5. Wa Amar, Na'a, Yahweh, Alahaya, Ha Hashamyam, Ha'al, Hagadawal, Wahan, Ra'ah, Shamar, Habarayath, Wakasad, La'ah, Habayawa, Wala Sham Raya, Ma Tazawathya, Slakia, Ma Tazawathya wa. I'm going to read this in the English. This is Ezra chapter 10, 43 and 44, and then Nehemiah 1 through 5.
Come. This is the book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 43. Shalom. Salakia. Of the sons of Nebo, Jil, Madathiah, Zabad, Zabinah, Jadau, and Joel, Benai. Verse 44. All these had taken strange wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakalah. And it came to pass in the month of Chislu, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan, the place, verse 2, Salaki, the palace, verse 2, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem.
See that right there. Even then, we knew that captivity ain't for us.
Right.
We had that spirit of we need to get the hell about the plantation. And if a lot of us knew we were in a goddamn plantation, we would steady be trying to get about the goddamn plantation. And what is the plantation? Christianity. Right now, the plantation is Christianity.
That's right.
No matter if you're Muslim, Buddhist, atheist, sexist, whatever, you a goddamn Christian. And once we realize that, it'll be easy to get up off the plantation.
Right. Come. Verse 3. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Verse 4. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed for the God of heaven.
One more time.
Come on. Verse 4. And it came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed before the God of heaven. Verse 5. And said, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, the great and terrible God, that keepeth
great and beloved.
Great and terrible God.
The one who loves everybody.
Great and terrible God.
A kind-hearted, soft human being type of a person.
The great and terrible God.
Christians don't read the Bible. Christians don't believe they don't believe in the Bible either, because you know that what the Christians always say, God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But when you point out this stuff like this, when they calling him the Most High, the great and terrible God, they say, "Oh no, that was in the Old Testament. Once Christ came, he became soft and passive." Nah, but you just said he was the same yesterday, today, and forever. You a lie. You don't know what in the hell you believe.
It's like if I make the Christians, they believe God believe in the Roe versus Wade.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Like I said, it doesn't matter what you are. You're a Christian. You're a Christian. Let's keep going.
Come on. That keepeth, the great and terrible God, that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
For those that love him and observe his commandments. He's not, merciful to those who eat pork and say, everybody else can eat it as long as you pray over it. Or go to the fish, the crab boil, the seafood boil, and eat up all that nastiness and disgustingness and say, the Most High cares about me. Or get in a prayer circle with your hind parts out, like them strippers do, and say, God has mercy on you. No, he does not. No, he does not. He does not know you. Let's keep going.
Come.
You have something?
You got to be Israel to even qualify for that part.
Yeah, exactly. You if you're not of this bloodline, no matter what you do. I remember I used to watch them old like them kid shows where they cut their hands and then they shake it and they say, now we blood brothers and whatnot. Nah, you You're not grafted in by that.
Mhm.
That does not make you, the lineage of someone else. You do that all you want, you're just going to get whatever disease that filthiness that you done did it with has. I seen man, these bastards are so disgusting. I seen a video of this devil woman with a dog, and the dog is just looking away at her face, and she's like laughing with her mouth open.
Oh yeah.
Nastiness. Like, are you serious?
Right.
These niggas sloppy. Let's keep going. We're going to keep going in Hebrew. This is going to be Nehemiah 1, 6-11, and then Nehemiah 2-1. You brothers was doing so good. Why don't you take the first one again?
Come.
And Shapat, take the next two, if you could, Baba Shah.
Come.
This is the book of Nehemiah, verse 1 through Salakia, chapter 1, verse 6. Dahaya Na'a. Salakia. My
1-6.
Come, sir.
Okay, I'm on 2. Salaki, that's my fault.
Come, sir. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 6. Dahaya Na'a. Isanak. Quashabath. Why Nayak. Yanyaka. Patha waka Patawakawatha Lasha Mai Al Dupalath Ibadak Ashar Anakaya Anakia Dwa Mata Palala La Nayak Lapanyaka Hayawam Hawa my mum Hawa Mamyam Salaki Yawa Mamam Wala Yala Al Banya Yashar Allah Yasha Allah Abadayak Abadiyaka Wamata Yadaya Wada Al Kataya Salaki Kata'a Wath Bunya Washa Yasha Allah.
All right, real quick, that's Banya Yasha'Allah, son of Israel.
Come. Ashar Kata Nawa Laka Anaya Anya Waba Yatha Wapayath Abunya.
Abaya.
Abaya. Yeah. Come on. Naya. Anaya. Anawa. Anawa.
We're reading. Let's keep going.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 7. Kabal Nawa. Aka. Wala. Wow. Shamarnawa. Ath. Hamataza Wath. Wa'ath. Hakazakim.
Yam.
Hakoyam. Hakakwayam.
Yam.
Hakakwayam. Wow.
No sweat.
Wa'ath. Hamashapatyam. Ashar. Tazawayath. Ath. Masha. Abadka. Verse 8. Zakar. Na'ah. Ath. Hadabar. Ashar. Tazawayath. Ath. Mashar. Ibaka. Masha. Ibadka. La'amar. Atham. Thama'alawa. Anya. Apayataza. Athakam. Ba'ayam. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Washab Thama. Aliyah. Washamar Thumb. Mataza Wathia. Wa'ai Shayathum. A thumb. A ma. Yahaya. Nadaka. Nadak. Nadaka. Nadak Kama. Bataza. Ba Quataza. Hashamyam. Musham. A Kwaba Tazam. Waha Ba'a Wathiam. Salaka, hey, can you take over? Take over this read from verse 9.
Verse 9, come, sir. Book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 9. Wash your tabum. Wash your thumb. Aliyah. Aliyah. Wash your mar thumb. Mataza Wathya. Wa Aisha your thumb. A thumb. Amma. Is that or Amma? Slap, sir.
Amma.
Come, sir. Yahaya. Not a kakam. Baquataza, Baquataza, Hashamyam, Masham, Aquabatazam, Aquabatazam, Wahaba wa as yum al hama kwawam ashar bakar bakarasia la shakam shamya sham.
Most High in Christ. Take out of this. Verse 10. Waham, Ibajika, Wa'imaka, Ashar, Padayath, Ba Kakak, Hagadawal, Bayadka, Hakazak, Zakah. Verse 11. Ana'a, Adunya, Thahaya, Na'a, Zanaka, Kwa Shabath, Al, Thapalath, Ibadka, Wa'al, Thapalath, Ibadjika, Ha Kapa Tazayim, Laya Ra'a, Ath, Shamka, Waha Tazala Yaka, Na'a, La Ibadka, Hayawam, Wathana Hawa, Larakamyam, Lapanya, Ha Ayash, Haza, Wa Anaya, Ha Yathya, Mashakwa, Lamalak. Nehemiah 2:1. Wayahaya. Salakia. Wayahaya, Shabak, Salakia. Bakadash, Naya son, Shanath, Sharyam, La Arath, Kasha Satha'a, Hamalak, Yayana, Lapanya Wa'a Sha'a, Ath, Ha Yayan, Wa'ath Athana, Lamalak, Wala'a, Ha Yayathya, Ra'ai, Lapanya Wa. I'm going to read that in English. That's Nehemiah 1:6-11, and then 2:1.
Come. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 6. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thy eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. Verse 7. We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments which thou commandest thy servant Moses. Verse 8. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if ye transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. Verse 9. But if ye turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out onto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence.
So right here is showing you the curses of Israel if we turn away from the Most High. If you look at the people who call themselves Jewish, and you look at this, when in the world were they ever scattered? If you look at what happened to them in the 1940s, 30s, and 40s, they weren't scattered. They were actually brought together. During their biggest time of trouble, they were not scattered. Anytime in history you look at those specific people, they were never scattered. You look at the people here in captivity, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we were scattered. This is barren truth of our records and who we are and who they are, and they are nothing but liars. Keep going, Baba Shaw.
Come. And will bring them onto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Verse 10. Now these are thy servants and thy people, whom thou hast redeemed by thy great power and by thy strong hand.
Again, Slakia. Who redeemed the so-called Jewish man? It wasn't by the hand of God. It wasn't by the hand of our God. It was by the hand of Esau.
Right.
It was by their hands, the British and the Americans who got them up out of captivity and put them in the land.
Salaki, if I may, and not only that, they wasn't, like Psalms 83 said, they wasn't cut off that the name of Israel won't be remembered.
And they're trying to do that with us, right? Let's keep going.
Come on, sir. Verse 11. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name and prosper. I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of Ataxerxes, the king, that wine was before him. And I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before time sad in his presence.
Son Christ. We'll continue on in Hebrew. Nehemiah 2 and 2 through 8. Let's see. I'm gonna take this one. Nehemiah 2 and 2. Waya Amar Laya Hamalak Mada Ma the Wa'ai Punyaka Ra'ayim Waya Wa Atha Ayanaka Kawala Ayan Haza Kaya Ama Ra'ai Laba Wa'ayar Slakia Ayar Ra'a Haraba Ma'ad. Verse 3. Wa'amar Lamalak Hamalak La'ai Walam Yakaya Mada Wa'ai La'a Yara'aiwa Punya Amar Ha'ayar Bayath Kabar Watha. Abathia. Ka Rabah. Slakia. Shema'ira Raya. Ka Lawa. Ba'ash. Verse 4. Wayamar Laya Hamalak Al. Maha Hazah Atha. Maba Kosha. Wa'ath Palala. Al. Alahaya. Hashamyam. Verse 5. Wa'amar Lamalak. Amah. Al Hamalak. Tawab. Wa'am. Yayatab. Ibadka. Lapanyaka. Ashar. Tha Shalak Naya. Al Yahawada. Al Ayar. Qua Barawatha. Abayath. Wa abunna. Verse 6. Wayamar Laya Hamalak. Waha Shagal. Waya Slakia. Ya Washabath. Atazalawa. Id. Mathia. Yahaya. Halakka. Wa Mathia. Thashawab. Waya Yatab. Lapanya. Hamalak. Waya Shalak Naya. Wa Athanya. Slakia. Wa Athana. Lawa. Zamana. Verse 7. Wamar Lamalak. Ama Al Hamalak Tawab. Agarawath. Yathunwa. Laya. Al Pakawa Watha. Ibar. Hanahar. Ashar. Ya Iba Abai Yara Wanaya. Ashar. Abba Wa'a. Al Yahawada. Verse 8. Wa Agarath. Al Asap. Shamar. Paradas. Ashar. Lamalak. Ashar. Yathun. Laya. Tazayam. La Korawath. Ath. Sharaiah. Slakia. Sha'ai Raya. Haba Yara. Ashar. Labayath. Walak Wamath. Ha'ayar. Wala Bayath. Ashar. Abba Wa'a. Al Yawa. Wayathun. Laya Hamalak. Kayad. Alahaya. Hata Waba. Al Ya. That's it. Let's continue on in English. We're going to read that in Nehemiah chapter 2 through 8.
Come. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 2. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid. Verse 3. And said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad, when the city, the place of my father's sculptures, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Verse 4. Then the king said unto me, For what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. Verse 5. And I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, unto the city of my father's sculptures, that I may build it. Verse 6. And the king said unto me, the queen also sitting by him, for how long shall thy journey be? And when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I sent him at time. Sent him a time. Verse 7. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given. Salaki, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah. Verse 8.
Hold on. Read that last one again.
Come on, sir. This is Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 7. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over and may convey me over till I come into Judah.
What does that sound like? Anybody? Read that one more time, bro.
Come on. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 7. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah.
What does that sound like?
It's like politics to me. A pardon. Stop. Can we go one more time?
Yeah, read it one more again.
Khan. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 7. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah.
You got me on that.
I thank you guys. I'm just gonna give everybody else a hint when you're reading this, you might get it right. So just think of.
Thanks, too.
You want to take a stab at it?
Yeah, didn't we read about this in Ezra?
Read about what exactly?
When they were trying to rebuild.
Okay, yeah. So this yes and no. We were always in captivity and was always trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
Except now, because we don't know what we had to rebuild. But Most High woke up Commander General Yahanna, and now we're really trying to rebuild. But that instance is not talking about this instance. So the hint I'm about to give y'all, what this is the same as in. This is the same as in 1823 when we went from Johnson Plantation over to the Brown Plantation, and it was from Virginia into South Carolina. How can we get there if we're going by ourselves?
Traveling papers, like a permission slip.
Exactly. That's exactly what he asked the king for. He was like, "Hey, let these other heathens know that I'm free to go. These are my papers. They stop and frisk, just like back in the day they had stop and frisk. They stop us. Where your papers? Where you going? You don't belong in this neighborhood, boy. Sundown towns. What's your business here? This is not Esau. This is us."
It's like they was just doing that about a year ago with the essential workers.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. When we was on lockdown, in order for anybody to travel the streets, it was real bad in New York. If you didn't have proper paperwork, you was getting a $2,000 ticket. You was getting a $2,000 ticket if you didn't have the proper paperwork. People's already the reason why people was out in New York was to go to damn work. So you want to give me a goddamn $2,000 ticket? Are you serious?
In certain areas.
Slack. Man, I'm getting pissed off about this right here. $2,000 for a studio apartment in New York. You want to, man, burn this kingdom down.
That's right.
Burn this kingdom down. I'm gonna do that to them. I'm gonna give them a closet, and that's gonna be $1,750. You know, I have to share a bathroom. That's what y'all gonna have to do.
Okay.
Keep going about this.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 8. And a letter unto I.S.U.P.K, the keeper of the king's force, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house, and for the wall of the city, and for the house,
come here.
and for the house that I shall enter into, and the king granted me according to the good hand of my God upon me. That's it.
Let's continue on in the Hebrew. Nehemiah 2:9-15. Can you get me 9, and then Shapat, give me the next 2, Baba Sharp.
Come on. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 9.
Matter of fact, Shapat, close it out.
Close.
Wa abba wa al pa kawa wath I abar haya hana har I said that right. Wa athanaya la hayam laham ath al garwath ha malak wa hasha lak I
Hold on. Why, yeah.
white the water why yasha lak I I mawa Anya.
Usually when you see that Y on that ya on the end, it's by itself. So
Hanya. Anya. Ha malak. Sharaya.
Remember again? Y on here.
Sharia. Yeah. Ka yala. Wa para shayam. Yaparashim.
Verse 10. Read. Book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 10. Waya Shemai, son of Balak, Hakarniya, Watawabya, Watayabya, her abide, her abad, her ibad, her manaya. Why your eye? Laham, Ra'ayha, Gadala, Ashar, Ba'a, Adam, Labakwash, Tawabya, Tawaba, Labanya, Yasha'ala, verse 11, Abawa, Abawa, Al, Yara Shalom, Wa'ahaya, Sham, Yamyam, Shalasha, verse 12, Kwam, La Yalaha, Anya, Anashim, Ma'ait, Imya, Wala'a, Hagadathya, La'adam, Maha, Alahayim, Alahaya, Nathan, Al, Labia, Aishwa, La Shawath, Lyra Washlam, Salah, La Yara wa Shalom, Wabahama, Ayan, Imya, Kaha, Am, Habahama, Ashar, Anya, Rakab, Baha, verse 13. Ya'ataza aha. Asala. Wa ataza aha. Basha'ira. Hagaya. La yalaha. Wa'ala. Panya. Ayan. Hatanyan. Wa'ala.
Wow.
Salam. Sha'ira. Sha'apath. Shapath. Wa'ahaya. Shabar. But Kawamath. Yara wa Shalom. Ashar. Hamapar Watazayim. Washa I Raya. Akalawa. Ba'ash. Verse 14. Wa'adabar. Wa'adabar. Al. Wa'ira. Ha'ayan. Wa'al. Barkath, Hamalak, Wa'ayan, Makwawam, Labahamaha, Labahama, Laibar, Takakya. Verse 15. Wa'ahaya, Allah, I'll Banakol, La Yala'a, Wa'ahaya, Shabar, Bakawama, Wa'ashawa, Wa'abawa, Bashai Ira, Hagaya'a, Wa'ashawa.
We'll continue on in English. Nehemiah 2, 9 through 15.
Come. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 9. Then I came to governors beyond the river and gave them the king's letters. Now the king has sent captains of the army and horsemen with me. Verse 10. When Sanballat, the Horonite, and Tobiah, the servant of the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel.
So these niggas is hating. Shalakia.
Come.
Straight up hating. They're like, oh, what you worried about these dumb niggas over here? They worthless. They're good for nothing. And they get mad. We have nothing. We're in captivity, and then someone get mad that someone's looking after us. You know who the Ammonites are?
Come.
Japanese.
Damn, them stinking. They stink. They stink too. They so high and mighty and pompous, and they high on themselves. I know this because I don't like them neither. And I'm reading about this, and they have the nerve to look down on us. You serious? Only thing that good came out of Japan is Dragon Ball. So that's about it. They got that. That's about it. And that's even questionable. You got something?
So, if I may, real quick, what is so funny that you said that, and they're trying to be like the Issachar right now with the whole, like they literally trying to dress like them. With
Yeah.
Culture.
Yeah, with the Dickies and the Chicano look, the low riders. A few years ago, there was a bunch of b-boys dancing in the square with the cardboard box. Doing, man, are you serious? All right, let's keep going. He's trying to be us. He even trying to dress like us. You got something?
So that rap culture is basically based off of the Judite culture anyway.
And there's a bunch of them trying to be Benjamin with the reggae. Have you ever seen them?
God.
Yes, they are straight trying to whine and do all, try and sing reggae, trying to get that reggae beat and whatnot. Just culture vultures. Yes. Google it. If you don't believe, you do not have to believe me. You can Google all of this. These didn't have the nerve to look down on us.
Jazz fusion bands.
What was? Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Come. This is the book of Nehemiah, verse 2, chapter 11. So I came to Jerusalem, and was there 3 days. Verse 12. And I arose in the night I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode up upon.
Now, there's a reason why he really didn't tell anybody at this point in time, because as we know out in the streets, whenever we try and wake our people up, who's the number one people? When we say the white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of. It's not the oppressor coming up to us, giving us the hardest time. It's not East. It's not Elamites. It's not the East Indians. It's not the Moabites. It's not the Hamites that's coming up and giving us all the problems. It's our own people that's saying the oppressor is not the oppressor.
Right.
There's a reason why he didn't come by and say this right then and there. We see this every week whenever we go out and tell our people that we are the greatest people on the face of this earth, and they come up. They are the number ones people that come up against us, our own people. You got something?
Slocky is crazy because majority of the devils that come past, they be shaking their head like, yeah, we the devil.
Yeah. Right. You think it's crazy, right? But this is true. Right. You have to actually see it to believe it. And it's our own people that's stuck in Christianity that think that what we're saying is wrong. The damn Christian group that's out there saying prayers for people as they're walking by. I'm hearing them saying, "No, they ain't it. They ain't the ones. Let me pray for you." Disgusting. Let's keep going.
Calm. This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 13. And I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well, and to the dung port, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire. Verse 14. Then I went on to the gate of the fountain and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. Verse 15. Then went I up in the night by the brook and viewed the wall and turned back and entered by the gate of the valley and so returned.
Most High Christ. Here, I Maji. Raise his hand. Begagua, present thyself.
Begagua, Ban Yahawah, Ban Yashala.
Begagua, Ban Yahawah, Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabrak
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabrak.
Get choked up. Yeah. You know what these sticks are for.
It's a wild baby.
Let's give the sisters a hand for the glorious food every week. With that, men up here, you're shopping, which means to be seated. We're going to continue on in Hebrew. We're going to get Nehemiah 2, 16 through 20, and then 3, 1 and 2. Where are we at? 16. All right. We are Saganyam, La'a, Yada Iwa, Ana, Ha, Lakathia, Wama, Anya, Aisha, Wala Yahawadan, what Slakia, Wala Yahawadayam, Wala Kahanyam, Lakarium, Slakia, Saganyam, Yathar, Aisha, Hamala
La'aka, Id, Kana, Khan, La'a, Ha, Gadathia. Verse 17. Wa our ma, wa our mar, Alahum, Athum, Ra'ayim, Ha Ra'ai, Ashar, Hanakan, Ha Slakia, Nakanwa, Baha, Ashar, Yara Washalom, Karaba, Washa Iraya, Natazathwa, Ba'ash, Lakwa, Slakia, Lakawa, Wana Bana, Ath, Kawa Slakia, Kawamath, Yara wa Shalom, Wala'a, Hanaya, Iwad, Karapa, verse 18, Wa'a, Gayad, Lahum, Ath, Yada, Alahaya, Ashar, Haya'a, Tawaba, La'aya, Wa'a, Apa, Dabarya, Hamalak, Ashar, Amar, Laya, Waya Amarwa, Nakawam, Wabun Yawan, Slakia, Wabun Yanawa, Waya Kazakwa, Yada Yahum, Lata Waba. Verse 19, Waya Shemai, Asa Sabalat, Slakia, Sa Nabalat, Hakaranya, what Tabaya, Ha'ibad, Ha'im Mawanya, Wagasham, Rabaya, Waya La'ai Gawa, Lanya, Slakia, Lana Wa, Waya Bazawa, Al Yanawa, Waya Marwa, Maha, Hadabar, Hazah, Ashar, Athum, Aishayam, Ha'al, Hamalak, Athum, Maradayam. Verse 20, Wa'ash Yaba. Yeah, Wa'ash Yaba. Wathum, Dabar, Wa'a, Wamar, Laham, Alahaya, Ha, Ashamyam, Ha Wa'a, Ya Taza Layak, Lanawa, Wa'a, Naka, Wa'ak, Slakia, Wa, Anak, Nawa, Ibadyawa, Nakawam, Wabanya Yanawa, Walakam, Ayan, Khalak, Slakia, Ka Lakwa, What does a daka? What does a dakawa? Was Zakar was Zak Rawan, Baya Rashalam, Nehemiah 3. I got two more. Nehemiah 3, 1 and 2. Waya Kwam, Alayash Yaba, Ha Kahan, Ha Gadawal, Wa'ak Yawa, Ha Kahanyam, Waya Bunwa, Ath, Ishar, Hatazaan, Hama, Kwadasha Wahawa, Waya Im, Yadawa, Dala Thayawa, Wa'id, Magadal, Hama Kwadasha Wahawa,
Id, Magadal, Kana Naal. Verse 2. Wa'al, Yadwa, Banwa, Anashya, Ya Rakawa, Slakia, Yarakwa, Wa'al, Yadwa, Bana, Za Kawar, Ban, Amarya. Let's continue on in English. That's Nehemiah 2:16-20, and then 3:1-2.
Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 16. And the rulers knew not whither I went or what I did, neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest that did the work.
Be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. What does the scripture say? Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Keep going.
Verse 17. Then I said unto them, ye see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come, and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. Verse 18. Then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. Verse 19. But when Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they laughed us to scorn and despised us, and said, what is this thing that ye do? Will ye rebel? Will ye rebel against the king?
You goddamn right, Slack.
That's right. Verse 20. Then answered I them and said unto them, the God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we his servants will arise and build. But ye have no portion, nor right, nor memorial in Jerusalem.
That's exactly what we say in the streets. We don't say we're going to do this to you. The Most High is going to avenge us, and we're gonna take over because of what the Most High does. Right. This is exactly what the prophets of old has said, and exactly what we're saying right now. Keep going.
Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 1. Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up with his brethren and priests. Sir?
Read that part one more time.
Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up with his brethren, the priests, and they builded the sheep gate. They sanctified it and set up the doors of it, even unto the tower of Mia. They sanctified it unto the tower of Hananeel. Verse 2. And next unto him builded the men of Jericho, and next to them builded Zakur, the son of Imri.
That's it.
That's it, sir.
Yeah, Most High Christ. I was getting into it. Salakia. We're going to continue on. Nehemiah 3:3-9. Go ahead and take the first one, Baba Shah. If you could.
Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath, Sha'ira, Hadagayam, Banwa, Banya, Hasana'ah, Hama, Quarawa, Haya, Hawa, Waya I, Maya, the Wa, the Loth, the Yawa, Mana I wa la, Yawa, Wabara, Yaka, Yawa.
I'm gonna continue on. Verse 4. Wa'al, Yadam, Ha, Kaza, Yaka, Ma, Ramawath, Ban, Awa, Raya, Ban, Ha, Kwa, Taza, Wa'al, Yadam, Ha, Ha, Ka, Zayak, Ma Shalom, Ban, Bara Rakaya, Ban, Mashaya Mashaya Zakabal, Wa'al, Yadam, Zayak, Taza Dawak, Ban, Ba'ai Na'a, verse 5, Wa'al, Yadam, Ha ka Yazakwa, Ha Thaqwa wa Ayam, Wa Ada Yeraham, La'a, Haba Ya'awa, Taza Rum, Taza wa Rum, Ba'ai Badath, Adan Yaham, verse 6, Wa'ath, Sha'ira, Ha Shana, Ha Zayakwa, Waya Sakya, Yawa Yadai, Ban, Hasak, Wamashalak, Ban, Basa Wadaya, Hama, Kwara Wahawa, Waya Im Yadawa, Dala Thathayawa, Wama Naal Yawa, Waba Rayak Yawa. Verse 7, Wa'al, Yadam, Ha Kwazayak, Malataya, Ha Kwaba'in, Ya, Wayad Wana, Hamaranathia, Anashia, Gaba Slakia, Gaba Wana, Waha Mata Slakia, Waha Mataza Pa, La Salakia, Ha La Kasa'a, Pakatha, Pakath, Slakia, Ibad, Hana Har, verse 8, Al, Yadwa, Ha Zayak, Ya'al, Ban, Ka Rahaya, Taza Rapayam, Wa'al, Yadwa, Haka Zakyawa, Slakya, Ha Kazayak, Ka Nanaya, Ban, Hara Kwakayam, Waya Izabawa, Yara wa Shalom, Id, Ha Kawama, Ha Rakaba, verse 9, Wa'al, Yadam, Ha Kazayak, Rapaya, Ban, Kawar, Shar, Kaza, Ha Tazaya, Palak, Yara wa Shalom. Continue on in English. Nehemiah 3:3-9.
Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 3. But the fish gate did the sons of Hasanaah build, who also laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Verse 4. And next unto them repaired Meremoth, the son of Urijah, the son of Kaz. And next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshizabil. And next unto them repaired Zadok, the son of Baanah. Verse 5. And next unto them Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of the Lord. Verse 6. Moreover, the oak gate repaired Jehoiada, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besodiah. They laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Verse 7. And next unto them repaired Melatiah, the Gibeonite, and Jadon, the Meronothite, the men of Gibeon and of Mizpah, unto the throne of the governor on this side of the river. Verse 8. Next unto him repaired Uzziel, the son of Harhaiah of the goldsmiths. Next unto him also repaired Hananiah, the son of one of the apothecaries. And they fortified Jerusalem unto the broad wall. Verse 9. And next unto them repaired Raphiah, the son of Hur, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem.
You got some?
Sir. In verse 5, when it was like next to onto them, the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of the Lord. Like they was half stepping. That's what it was saying. Like they the only ones who wasn't Israel.
They're saying that's saying like you and me out there doing work, but Jay-Z and Beyonce, well, Beyonce wouldn't be good, but Jay-Z and Kanye ain't do nothing.
Right.
Those are the nobles. They were like, yeah, all right, well, you gonna go out there and do that work. But we ain't gonna do it.
So put not their necks mean they wasn't working hard.
It wasn't not that they weren't working hard. They weren't going out there. They're not going out in the streets and saying the white man's the devil. That's putting your neck out there. Why? Because anybody can walk past and one day they just seeing some crazy nigga up on the podium calling the white man the press of the devil, and the next day you get this resume and you like, all right, well this dude's kind of qualified. Let me go and interview him and sit down. Oh, you that crazy nigga that was calling me the devil. I could give you this job and make your life a living hell, or I can just say, nah, go to hell, since I'm the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's putting their neck out on the line.
Right.
As far as what the people, see, when I say the people, I mean the people who's not in the truth, because the people in the truth, and when I say people in the truth, I'm talking about only One West, because anybody else is not in the truth.
Right.
But the people in the truth recognize what we do. You know what I'm saying? But the people who's not in the truth, what they recognize is Colin Kaepernick taking the knee. That's what they recognize as putting their neck out for their people or their beliefs.
Right.
When really, if he wants to put his neck out, he should have just called Commander General Yahanna and got some counsel on how to do it, and he would still be playing football right now. Or if not, he would still be relevant. You got something?
So it's more of like you're saying, put your neck out, which more is a risk than breaking your neck, which is just working hard.
Well, in this context, it's both, because just the simple fact of repairing the burnt down, it was a reason why it was burnt down. Because the oppressor burned down our gates.
Right.
So if we're building up, we're telling the oppressor, we don't need you, we don't want you here. So it's physically doing the work, and it's at the same time telling the oppressor that the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like a physical representation in this instance of them putting their necks out, not putting their necks out, and not doing the work.
Constant.
Did I answer your question?
Constant.
All right.
No, I was gonna say that's exactly what you said, because to show you that they hate the Lord's people, Colin Kaepernick took a knee and they shamed him. They took everything from him.
Yep.
Eminem did that same exact thing. And he was the talk of the nation. He was considered the hero for taking that same knee. That's like, that's to show you that they're hypocrites.
Not only that, there was a oppressor who did it before Colin Kaepernick. Anybody know about that? Yeah, it was the lily white boy, poly purebred Tim Tebow, who was the epiphany, who was the second coming of Christ in Christians' eyes.
Wow.
Like seriously, they boasted this person. They boasted this person up like he was great. He wasn't even a great football player.
Right.
He wasn't even great at his job. You talking about, nah, man. And he did it, and no one said nothing about it. But the second a black man says anything about black people and brown people, nah, you got to take everything away from him. That's okay, because when Christ come back, Christ is gonna take everything from them and give it to us.
Right.
Let's continue on. Was that it, or you have more in English? That was it. All right, let's continue on. Nehemiah 3:10 through 16. Wa'al. This is verse 10. Wa'al. Ya dumb. Haza ha kwa ha kazayak. Yada ya. Ban. Kara wa pa. One God. By Yathwa, Wa'al, Yadwa, Haka Zayak, Katawash, Ban, Ka Hashab Naya, verse 11, Mada, Shana Yath, Haka Zayak, Malakia, Ban, Karam, wa shawab, Bun, Pakath, Mawa Abba, Wa'ath, Magadal, Hathan wa Rayam. Verse 11, Wa'al, Yadwa, Haka Zayak, Shalom, Ban, Hala Wakash, Shar, Tazayah, Palak, Yaro wa Shalom, Hawa Ba one Wathayowa, verse 11, Aslaki, verse 13, Ath, Sha'ira, Hagaya'a, Ha Kazayak, Ka no Wan, Ka no Wana, Waya Shabia, Zana Wak, Hama, Ban Wahawa, Waya I'm Yadwa, Gotta Lath, Gotta Slakia, Dala Thathyawa, Mana Al Yawa, Wabar Yak Yawa, Wa'alap, Ama, Baka Wama Ide, Sha'ira, Ha Shapawath, verse 14, Wa'ath, Sha'ira, Ha'a Shapawath, Ha Kayazak, Ha Kazayaka, Malakaya, Ban, Rakab, Shar, Palak, Bayath, Hakaram, Hawa'ah, Wabun, Nawa, Waya'im, Yada, Waya'im, I'm a Yad, Dala Thathawa. It's like a Dala Thathayawa. Mana'al Yawa. Waba Rayak Yawa. Verse 15. Wa'ath. Sha'ira. Ha'ai Yana. Ha Yaka. Shalawana. Ban. Kal. Chaza, Shar, Palak, Hama Tazawapa, Hawa'ah, Yabun Nawa, Waya Tala Lanawa, Waya'im Yadwa, Dala Thath Yawa, Mana Al Yawa, Wabar Yaka Yawa, Wa'ath, Ha Wamath, Bara Thaka, Hashalak, Lagun, Hamalak, Wa'id, Hama'al Watha, Haya Warad Watha, Ma'ayar, Dawayad. Hold on, I got one more. Verse 16. Akar Yawa, Haka Yazak Kazayak, Na Hamaya, Mana, Zabawak, Shar, Kata Tazaya, Palak, Bayath, Tazawar, Id, Nagad, Kabarya, Dawayad, Wa'id, Habar, Kaha, Aisha, Waya, Wa'id, Bayath, Hagabaryam. That's it. Let's continue on. Let's finish to close it out. Nehemiah chapter 3, 10 through 16.
Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 10. And next unto them repaired Jediah, the son of Harumath, even over against his house. And next unto him repaired Hattush, the son of Hashabniah. Verse 11. Malchijah, the son of Harim, and Hashub, the son of Pahath Moab, repaired the other piece, and the tower of the furnaces. Verse 12. And next unto him repaired Shalom, the son of Halohesh, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. Verse 13. The valley gate repaired Hanun, and the inhabitants of Zanoah. They built it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and with 1,000 cubits on the wall unto the dung gate. Verse 14. But the dung gate repaired Malchiah, the son of Rekab, the ruler of part of Beth Hakarim. He built it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Verse 15. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shalom, the son of Kol-Hoseh, the ruler of part of Mizpah. He built it and covered it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and the wall of the pool of Siloah by the king's garden, and unto the stairs that go down from the city of David. Verse 16. After him repaired Nehemiah, the son of Azbuk, the ruler of the half part of Beth Zur, unto the place over against the sepulchres of David, and to the pool that was made, and into the house of the mighty.
Before I close out, anybody have any questions? Yes.
So I get confused here. So how are they rulers of things, of places and things if they're in captivity? Meaning, so like in 15 it says, the ruler of Mizpah, and in 16 the ruler part of Bethsur. How are they the ruler of things if, unless I'm misunderstood, that they're in captivity?
Yes, we are in captivity. How can I explain it? Okay, so we are in captivity, but even in slavery, we had what's that dude's name? Everybody's seen Django. What's Samuel Jackson's character's name? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember his name, but I know.
But you know who you know what I'm talking about. He was the ruler when he told Django's woman to come here, she came there. When he went in the kitchen and told everybody to do stuff, that everybody did stuff. He was in captivity and he was ruler. He was the house nigga. So much so that even some of the white people listened to what he had to say. Even so that's one example. You go into a certain neighborhood and well, back in the day we had like bootleg CDs and DVDs, right? If you go to a certain neighborhood, that was the old man. So you go in a certain neighborhood, you could not do that unless you got permission, not from the police, because the police or the city council, because they're just going to say no, and we still did it anyway. But you got the authority of the person who controlled that territory. They wasn't elected officials. They were us, but we still ruled, even though we're in captivity. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what they're saying. They were rulers in these certain parts. Okay. So even though we were in slavery and captivity, we still had certain power over our people. So that's what that is.
Okay.
So like I was gonna say, I was noticing, we always talking about how other camp stuff, they say shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I was just paying attention over the weeks of when it appears in the scripture, because it is in the scripture, but it's usually a name. So like back in verse 12, it says shalom, right? And there's someone named Shalom in verse 12. Then down in 15, it said Shalom. And there's somebody named Shalom in verse 15. I was just peeping.
Oh, yes. In certain instances, it is someone's name, but there are certain instances where it's spelled that same way, where it means peace.
I've seen
Captain Katazai broke it down, and I'm not going to even try to begin how the way he broke it down, but he was saying even if it's spelled like that, it's still pronounced shalom. I'm gonna have to get you that. Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
You see when it was across the line on radio?
Across the line radio, and he stopped the whole show.
Yeah, and turned the camera on to the board, and he was like, "I'm gonna do this once and for all," and no one asks this stupid question again. So this is what because that dude came on and he just said shalom, and he just Captain Katazai just hates that. Right. He hates the shalawamers, right? So he broke it down. So even though it's not always spelled like that, but it's always pronounced like that, shalom. Like even Absalom's name, Absalom, it means I forget the whole time, but it's something of peace, right? But it's like if you read it how the way it's spelled like with the Y, shalom. We don't pronounce it. It's shalom. Like I said, I forget how the way he broke it down. I'm gonna have to study it just so anybody comes up and I sharpen my sword anybody comes up and says some stupidness like that, I'm gonna just get like Captain Katasa. Yeah,
Right.
you got some.
Like, I call them Shalamites.
Yeah. Either way, they're wrong. And with that, men up here, I say Amijam, which means to stand. If you could, Baba Kashaw.
Yasharal.
Imagine, which means to stand. The Wapaya Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. We'll say Lord's Prayer. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Lakufka. Taba'ah. Ratazai. Hayah. Aisha. Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. The thunder now. Come. Ka. Yawam. Wasalaka now. Kabawaf now. Wasalak now. Kabawaf you now. Wala'ah. Taba'ah now. Walasay Yawam. Abu. Hawashai now. Ayam. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'alam. Wahtapar. La Walamyam. Amma.
In English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts. And forgive us our as we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
Into
temptation.
Into temptation.
Deliver us. From evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it.
So be it. We'll say Hakak, the power. Yahweh. Ba'ashim. Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashar. The thunder now. Hakak. La Pa'ah. Ka Maka'ah. Ka Marawa. Hakak. La Taha. Hamatazarai. Hakak. La Hakyum. Hamakyum. Hakak. Al-Kawa. Tama'ala. Lagashan. Ba'ashim. Yahweh Shai. The water Amah.
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power.
The
power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
We'll say, bless Israel, Yahweh. Ba'ashim. Yahweh Shai. Barak Wayasha'ala. Wahabiyah. Sapari. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Ba'ashim. Yahweh Shai. The water Amah.
Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 121. Asha'ah. Ayunyan. Ahahaya. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah. Isaiah. Ma'ayin. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'aratiza. Ayatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Ayanamam. Shemaka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shalomah. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemaka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yah. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashemah. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Walayala. Yahweh. Yashamaka,
Yashamaka,
Makara,
Makara,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Athnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashama,
Yashama,
Tazaatka,
Tazaatka,
Rabba Wa'atka,
Wa'atka,
Maita,
Maita,
Ma'ait Abalam,
Ma'ait Abalam,
Tawada Amma.
Tawada Amma.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the
From
hills.
whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
You will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee,
He that keepeth
will
thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
We're going to say Psalms 83. Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Al-Damai Laka.
Al-Damai Laka,
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash,
Al-Tashakwa.
Al-Dashakwa,
Al.
Al,
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka,
Yahama Yawam.
Yahama Yawam,
Mama Nashanayaka.
Wamana Shanayaka,
Now, Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka,
Yahweh Yamwa.
Yahweh Yamwa,
Sawat.
Sawat,
Wayataya Aitazawa.
Wayataya Aitazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nakawa.
Nakawa,
Wanakakina.
Wanakakina,
Magalia.
Magalia,
Wala'a.
Wala'a,
Yazaka.
Yazaka,
Sham Yasha'ala.
Shum Yashala,
Aiwa.
Aiwa,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa.
Noah Aitazawa,
La.
La,
Yakawa.
Yakawa,
Al-Kaya.
Al-Kaya,
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka,
Baya.
Baya,
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa,
Ahaya.
Ahaya,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashima Alya.
Wayashma'aya,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaya.
Wahagaya,
Gabal.
Kabal,
Wa'aimawa.
Wa'aimawa,
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak,
Halashaf.
Halashah,
I'm Yashabia.
I'm Yeshabi,
Tazawal.
Tazawal,
Gam Ashawa.
Gamashawa,
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Aimam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Zabawai.
Rawai.
Labayalawat.
Labayalawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham,
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan,
Kasarasa'at.
Kasaya Sara'ah,
Kayabyan.
Kayabi,
Banakol.
Banakal,
Kayashwan.
Wayashwan,
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa,
Bayanda Ira.
Bayana Ira,
Hayawa.
Hayawa,
Dama.
Daman,
La Adama.
La Adama,
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Nadiyamuwa.
Nadiyabawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Ba.
Wakaza Bak,
Wakaza Zamanai.
Wakaza Zamana,
Kanasaya Kamwa.
Kanasaya Kamba,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amawa.
Amawa,
Nayarashah.
Naya Rashah,
Lanawa.
Lanawa,
Ath.
Ah,
Nawa.
Nawa,
Lana Alahayam.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa,
Kagagala.
Kagagala,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapayakwa.
Lapayakwa,
Kaash.
Ka'ash,
Taba Ira Yaira.
Daba Ira Yaira,
Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba,
Dalahat.
Dalahat,
Haryam.
Haryam,
Khan.
Khan,
Dadatma.
Daradama,
Basa Irika.
Basa Ira,
Wabasa Wapaka.
Basa Wapaka,
Daba Halam.
Daba Halam,
Mala'a.
Mala'ah,
Panyaham.
Payaham,
Kwalawam.
Kwalawan,
Waya Bakwashu.
Waya Bukwashu,
Shamka. Yahaw. Wabashu.
Bashu,
Waya Bahaw.
Waya Bahawa,
Ayai.
Ayah,
Waya Kapara.
Waya Kapara,
Waya Baba.
Waya Abawa,
Waya Daiwa.
Waya Naira,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Ata.
Ata,
Shamka.
Shamka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Abaka.
Labaka,
Ayawam.
Ayawan,
Al-Ka Ratazah.
Al-Ka Ratazah.
Tawada Awam.
Tawada Awam.
In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up the head.
Have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said,
Come,
Come.
let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
With
one consent. They are confederate against thee.
thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Hagarim.
Gebal and Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. The inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kishon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. Like the ebb. Yea. All their princes. As the Ba. And as Amunah. Who said. Let us take to ourselves. The house of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the flame said as the flame burneth the wood. And as the flame said the mountains on fire. So persecute them. And make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. Oh Yahweh. Let them be confounded. In trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth. So be it.
We want to say the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. Why Mayaki Allah. Why Allah Hayim. Mataza Baya. Alawap Yahanna. Ha Alawap. Ha Saranyam. Ha Quatazanyam. Ha Quatayanyam. Ha Quatazayanyam. Haka Yayayam. Why Aquathium. Yahweh. Hashem. Yahweh Shai.
In English, bless you Yahweh. And Yahweh Shai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yahanna. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the assistants. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. We'll say the curses. Bless you Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. That speak against us. Thy prophets. Teachers. The princes. The priests. Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the heathen. And shake loose. The treasures of the rich. Of Israel. That refuse to get to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. To the Edomites. And the nations. And their drug dealers. Court system. Prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. The Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. Gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. Massive space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airwaves. Cable access channel. Radio channel. Convict the spirit. Of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring swift destruction. To all the heathens. That stand in the way. Or try and stop us. From broadcasting your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go. To and fro. Through the earth. And consume them. Let the plagues. Take the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahushua shine.
Let Yahushua shine.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the flying saucer.
And punish all the heathen.
And punish all the heathen.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known.
By all.
By all.
That is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake it thy coming.
Cause it to shake it thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Saw, which means to turn. Sisters, you may be seated. Men of Israel, gird thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakiyah.
We'll give a courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brak Thumb.
Yad Yom Saw, which means a turn. Amajim sisters, which means a stand. Men of Israel will give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Yahshua Hashem Yahshua.
Yad Yom class dismissed.